Hare Krishna, everyone. Govinda kids, welcome. Today is a very special day. Today we have a presentation by kids. Govinda class kids are 7 to 10-year-old. So we have one 7-year-old boy. His name is Shriyan. He's going to present on a topic of unheard pastimes of Hanuman. Recently, we have celebrated Hanuman appearance day. So he is presenting on Hanuman's pastimes, which is very nice to meditate on Lord Hanuman. Before I hand over call to Shriyan, I want to give his introduction. He's 7-year-old and he is going to be turning 8 soon on 24th. That is on Sunday. I wish him advance happy birthday. May your wishes come true and you always serve Guru and Krishna. And also he is from ISKCON Silicon Valley. He loves to read books of Lord Rama pastimes. He attends several seminars on Ramayana and Hanuman pastimes conducted by ISKCON Chowpatty. Wow, that is very nice. And he reads Ramayana book by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. He read that book multiple times. He loves hearing stories and Krishna Katha from His Holiness His Holiness Radhanath Swami Maharaj and His Grace Amarendra Prabhu, His Grace Supavilash Prabhu. So Ryan has lots of hearing. Shriyan has lots of hearing. We could see in his introduction that he heard a lot. Most of Krishna Katha, especially Rama and Hanuman. Let's hear from him. He has many things to share with us. I'm so I'm amazed that his hearing skills are so much. So much of Shravanam is going on. Let's hear from him today. Okay, Shriyan, you can take over now.
Thank you, Mataji. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Nitinamine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Binda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Today I'll be presenting the unheard pastimes of Hanuman. The stories I'm going to be presenting, you may have heard them, but the way I'm going to explain it and the details are going to be really unheard. And the stories, most of the stories are unheard too. The first story is Shiva and Parvati. So once upon a time, Shiva was meditating as usual. So then suddenly he woke up from his meditation and told Parvati Mata that I have to go down on earth and serve Lord Ram. So Parvati Mata said, but even I want to come with you. But Shivdev said, I'm going to be a brahmachari to serve Lord Ram. But Parvati Mata said, I really want to be with you. So then Shiva said, maybe you could be my tail because I'm going to incarnate as a Vanara. And that's why Shiva is the body and Parvati is the tail. The next story is the relationship between Ram and Hanuman with the key. So once Dashrath Maharaj was performing Putra Kameshti Yajna. But before Putra Kameshti Yajna, he performed Ashwamedha Yajna. He performed Ashwamedha Yajna before Putra Kameshti Yajna because one needs to be faultless to perform Putra Kameshti Yajna, and to be faultless, they have to do Ashwamedha Yajna. And so that's why Dashrath Maharaj did Ashwamedha Yajna first, and then Putrakamishti Yagna. So after he was done with his Putrakamishti Yagna, the result was somebody rose from the sacrificial fire and handed him a pot of nectar. His features are described in the Ramayana. It says he was exactly looking like Vishnu with 4 arms, bluish, and very, very beautiful. He introduced himself as a Vishnu Duta, and Dashrath Maharaj asked for him, "O Vishnu Duta, what service may I do?" He told that the pot of nectar, if the wives would drink it, they would have sons. So Dashrath Maharaj, he divided the pot of nectar into half and into stuff that he could share to his wives. He actually did not only have 3 wives, he had 350 other wives. But because Parshurama, he said, "I will not kill the Kshatriyas if by 2 conditions. Number 1, if they're getting married. Number 2, if they are surrounded by women." So Dashrath Maharaj, the other 350 wives were emergency marriages because he did not want to get killed. So, but to his 3 main wives, he offered the pots, and they begot 4 children, and their name were Ram, Lakshman, Bharat, and Shatrughan. But before, while Dashrath Maharaj was giving nectar to his wives, an eagle took a portion of it and dropped it in the air. So at the same time, Vayudev was at Shivlok or at Kailash, and Shivadev was telling him that there is this nectar in the air, you should take it and put it in Mother Anjana's hands. So when Vayu put it in Mother Anjana's hands, Mother Anjana felt something on her hands. So she opened her eyes to see that that was some kheer. So she drank it and she soon was pregnant. And the result was baby Hanuman. The next story we are going to see is of how Vali is going to stop Hanuman. He is going to try to stop Hanuman from being born. So once Vali, from Narad Muni, he got to learn that somebody who was going to be the main cause of his death was going to be born from Anjana Mata. So what he did was, Vali invited Keshari and Anjana, and for Keshari he fed normal food, but for Anjana, he powdered 5 metals and mixed them with normal food. So when Anjana Mata ate it, Vali was hoping that he would have a news of not a healthy baby being born. But after a few months, he got the news that a really, really, really healthy baby was going to be born from Anjana Mata. So when he went and saw, he saw that Hanuman was born with the potty metal, with the metals. With the metals he had mixed. Until now, we have discussed about Hanuman's birth stories. The next part is about how Hanuman, he tries to protect Lord Ram and save Lord Ram. So once Vibhishan got to know that Ravana had another secret brother named Ahiravan. They used to call each other brothers, but they're actually not. So Ahiravan had a friend named Mahiravan, and both of them were planning to attack Ram and Lakshman. So the formation they made was Ram and Lakshman were in the middle, then Jambavan, Sugriva, and Angada were personally protecting. Around that were 2 rounds of the Vanaras, and around the Vanaras was Hanuman tail. And there was only one entrance, and there Hanuman was standing. So Vibhishan's plan was he was circling the whole of that formation and to see if any danger was going to come. So Hanuman, he was protecting from that hole, and Vibhishan was circling. So when Ahiravan and Mahiram got to know of this, they took many forms, including Dashrath Maharaj, Kaikeyi, and Kaushalya. In fact, even Sita Mata came. But Hanuman just said, I know you want to meet Lord Ram, but just let Vibhishan come and I'll let you in. So, and after he said that, all of them, they just went back. So Hanuman was confused. So what he understood was he just had to stay there fixed. So the places were protected was sides were all protected, and the top was protected from Sudarshan Chakra, but below was not protected ever. So Vibhishan took around, because this format was pretty big, it would take many minutes just to cross it one time. So, but this time Vibhishan, he went like this, another minute, he just came back. So Hanuman said, why did you come that fast? Vibhishan said, because I learned that Ahiravan and Mahiravan, they're going to dig a hole from under the ground and take Lord Ram, because under was the only place which is not protected. So Hanuman let Vibhishan in to check everything was okay. And as we know, that was not the actual Vibhishan. It was Mahiravan who was going to actually make a hole. So Mahiravan went inside there and he made a hole which he took Ram and Lakshman to Patal. Now the hole is called Patalkot. And it is still there. So Hanuman, when he understood this, he understood it because another 10 minutes later, Vibhishan came back, another Vibhishan came, and Hanuman asked him, who are you? Vibhishan said, what do you mean? Hanuman said, Vibhishan said, we have been talking this whole time about how to protect Lord Ram. Hanuman said, I don't believe you. Just now, Vibhishan went in. How could another Vibhishan come? Then Vibhishan said, oh, we have messed up. That's not Vibhishan, that's Mahiravan. So what Hanuman did was he took a form of an insect, went inside that hole. And even though he took a form of that insect, he was stopped by a huge creature. Okay, I'm going to read that Makaradwaja section. Hanuman, a celibate since birth, had a son named Makaradwaja. It is said that when Hanuman took a dip in the waters of the sea after burning the whole of the Lanka with the fire burning on his tail, a drop of his perspiration fell into the mighty mouth of a fish. Out of this, Makaradhwaja was born. Here it says fish, but it's actually crocodile. So he was stopped by this creature and he fought really ferociously. So at the end, he tied this creature with his own tail and asked, "Who are you?" Makaradhwaja said, "I'm the son of Hanuman." Hanuman decided to kill him since he was lying. But then the crocodile, which Makaradhwaja was born from, was nearby and told Hanuman the whole story. So then Hanuman said, "Look, you may be my son, but I can't spare you like this because you are on the side of Ahiravan and Mahiravan." So then Makaradhwaja said, "Now, since I know that you're my father, I'm going to help you." So he told that there is a Nagakanya who knows all the secrets of Mahiravan and Ahiravan. If you somehow convince her, then she will tell you the secrets and you will be somehow able to kill Ahiravan and Mahiravan. So Hanuman went to that Nagakanya. He convinced her and she told all the secrets. But the condition was that Ram would have to marry her. Hanuman said, "Okay," but the thing he said was, "Ram should be able to sit on your bed." So she said, "Okay." So what Hanuman did first was, there was this group of bumblebees which were saved by Ahiravan and Mahiravan. So what they did to repay him was they had a nectar in their mouth, and whenever Ahiravan Mahiravan would be slain, they used to drop it on Ahiravan and Mahiravan. So that's almost like they're immortal. So what Hanuman did first was killed all those bumblebees. But one bumblebee surrendered. So he told him a work and went away. And the work he told was to make holes in that bed so that Ram, if he sat on that bed of that Nagakanya, it would break. So he did it. And Hanuman moved on. So next, with Ram and Lakshman, what was happening was Lakshman somehow he went away and he was with a diamond that Ahiravan kept other half of his life in that diamond, and Mahiravan kept his other half of his life in 5 lamps in 5 different caves. So Lakshman was not there. So Mahiravan, they asked Ram to bend down so that they could chop off his neck. Now because Ram has never bent down because he's a Kshatriya, he asked, "I never bent down in my entire life. Could you bend down and show me and demonstrate it for me?" So they said, "Okay," and they bent down. And Ram's sword is pretty long. With his long sword, he cut off both of their necks at the same time. And interestingly, the bumblebees did not come. And at the exact same time, Lakshman broke the diamond. And at the exact same time, initially Hanuman was actually one by one, he was trying to off the lamp. But what he understood was when he off the first lamp and went to the other lamp, the first lamp would be on. So he took the Panchamukhi Hanuman form and off all the lights on the same time. So, and that's how Ahiravan and Mahiravan were killed. And the Nagakanya that asked Ram to be her wife, she came in front and said, "Now Ram should marry me." So Hanuman said, "Okay, only if Ram can sit on your bed." So Ram went and sat on that Nagakanya's bed and it broke immediately. So the Ram said that I can't marry you in this life because I took Ekapatni Vrata, but in the next life, I'm going to marry you. So he became Krishna, and that Nagakanya became Satyabhama. So then Rama saw that when he was going out of the entrance, he saw Makaradwaja standing there. So he asked Makaradwaja who he was, and Makaradwaja told the whole story of how he was the son of Hanuman. And then Ram actually said he needed to be coronated as the king of Patalok. So after that, they went back into the Vansena. The next story is Hanuman and Shani stories actually. So the first story is, so when Hanuman entered Lanka, first he saved Yamaraj, and second, he heard this help crying from a cave. So he went to that cave and he saw somebody hanging upside down. So he rescued that person, and that person introduced himself as Shanidev. After many years, actually, when Ram winded up himself and went back to spiritual world, then still Hanuman was left behind, and he had a whole loka for himself. So he was meditating on Ram in that loka one day, and suddenly Shanidev he appeared and said, "Your time is over. Now it's my time." And he was really talking rudely and roughly. And this time it was Kali Yuga. So Hanuman was wondering who is this person, and that rough and rude person he introduced himself as Shanidev. So Hanuman said, "I'm not ready for a fight." Shanidev said, "No, fight me, because if you defeat me, then I'm not going to bother you again." And he was really demanding for a fight, not even begging. Then Hanuman said no and no so many times. Then suddenly he rose up from there with his tail. He wound up Shanidev, hit him on many of the rocks of the Ram Setu bridge, that too on the head, and took him back. He said, "Are you happy I fought with you?" Shanidev said, "Yeah, but he said, you may be really good at strength and stuff, but I'm better at changing and destroying people's minds." So what he did was, he actually took a subtle form and entered Hanuman's brain, and he started to twist and turn and destroy everything. So in few seconds, Hanuman started to feel a headache. So the solution he had was, he took like 1, 2, 3, and then 4 mountains, put it on his head. He did not get any hurt. Shanidev was feeling really hurt. And he said, "If you don't come out, I'm going to put the 5th mountain right now." Shanidev from inside his brain, he said, "Okay, I'll come out, but please don't put the 5th mountain." So actually, Shanidev has 7 years to make somebody really, really like not good, like messed up. So the first 2 years he would mess them up and stuff. The next then the next 5 years they would do all wrong things, and the other 2 years he would wind up and go, and they would be really, really messed up. So he said, "I'll take that 7 years into 7 days. But Hanuman said, I'm going to put the fifth mountain right now if you don't come. So finally, Shanidev begged so much, and then Hanuman took the mountains off his head, and Shanidev came out. And that's why Hanuman, wherever there's a Hanuman temple, exactly there's an Shanidev temple. And people who ever go to Hanuman temple, they should, it's a rule, they should carry oil with them and apply it to Shanidev also. Because Hanuman, he said, I can't apply oil to you, but my devotees will, because Shanidev's body was paining. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Before I go, I request all the kids to raise your hands. Okay. Radha, you can go ahead.
How did you get all of these unheard stories?
I got all these stories from Shubhlash Prabhu ji. He gives these so many courses, and I collected them all. And
I've actually heard all these stories.
I heard all these stories from Shubhlash Prabhu ji, and if you're interested, I can share the link and information.
Okay, thanks. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Radha. The next we have Mukund. Go ahead, Mukund.
Hey Krishna, Shriyan, thank you for the very nice presentation. I had one question because I know the thing that Hanuman was born before Lord Ram, and he was also asking everyone that are you Lord Ram, are you Lord Ram, and he was already in the consciousness of Lord Ram, and he was born before Lord Ram. But then you said that Hanuman and Lord Ram were born at the same time. So, do you have any reference for that?
So, when I said that Ram was when mothers ate the food and eagle took it and put it in the air, and why they dropped it in Anjana Mata's hands. So Anjana Mata had Hanuman faster before than Ram. So both of them ate at the same time. Actually, no. The three wives, they ate before Anjana Mata, but for a purpose, Hanuman was born before Ram and Lakshman and all of them. So he was born, I don't know exact time, but he was born before them like that. Thank you, Mothakuman. Hare Krishna.
Is there any reference for it?
I can ask Shubhlash Prabhuji, or you can, I can share the link and you can only ask him.
Okay, thank you. Hare Krishna. It was a very nice presentation.
Thank you, Mukund. Hare Krishna.
Ansh, go ahead.
Did you know that Hanuman was my favorite character in the whole Krishna consciousness?
I never knew that. Because it was same for me too. Oh yeah. So, and the joke is about that one time, there was this place where they used to ask, who is your superhero? So somebody asked kids, like, who's your superhero? They're telling like,
wait, I know that joke thing. They're like Hanuman. Get it?
Yeah,
Yeah,
Superman, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Hanuman.
And then that Prabhuji tells
everybody, Hanuman's chin. So let's just say, Hanuman is Chin Man.
The god of Chin.
No, that doesn't sound good.
Yes.
It means the one with the broken chin.
Hanuman's mouth, actually. Like monkey, the
Jaw. It means broken jaw.
yeah.
Oh, I thought it was chin, but never
Okay,
mind.
back to realizations. Okay, back to realizations.
Jaw man.
So thank you for that joke. Okay, let's move on to the next. I think it's
The joke was actually
Nandan. Go ahead. You want to share? Go ahead, Nandan.
why.
First, I wanted to really thank Shriyan for such a wonderful stories. I really didn't hear many of the stories. It's so really unheard for me. And I really appreciate you and thank you for the wonderful stories. And Nandanandan wants to ask that why Mahi Ravan is in the form of an S. Mahi Ravan has a different form, right? He's a
No. He because Mahiravan and Ahiravan, they were the best magicians in that time. Actually, if they were now, they're the best magicians too. So they disguise themselves as many people like Dashrath Maharaj and even Sita Mata. So at the last, they understood that Hanuman would not let me sing, so they became Vibhishan. And they disguise themselves. Ahiravan is still, and Mahiravan is Mahiravan still, but they disguise themselves.
okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Okay, I have unmuted. Everybody is hearing you. Samskriti, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Shriyan, I like the stories you said about Hanuman. I've never heard of them before, and you talked about them in great detail.
Thank you, Samskriti. Hare Krishna.
Next, Kavya, go ahead.
Hare Krishna Shriyan, I like your presentation because I've never heard those kind of stories before. And also, I like them. Thank you.
Thank you, Kavya. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Next, Suraj, please go ahead.
Shriyan, I have some questions. You said Makara Dwaja is a crocodile, but generally Makara means elephant, crocodile, fish, goat, and some more animals.
Mataji,
So in this
actually,
scenario,
Suraj.
he's a. In
Actually,
this scenario, he's a.
So what is a Makara Dwaja?
Makara Dwaja is the son of Hanuman. So it basically means a crocodile man. Because a crocodile Vanara. So because Hanuman is a Vanara, and from his a crocodile ate it. It actually is fish, but it's actually crocodile.
Okay.
Yeah. It actually means Makara actually means crocodile, not elephant. It also means fish, but here it's used as crocodile. Yeah.
Okay. And also I have another question. You know that hole you said that goes to Patal Loka? If someone jumps in, do they actually go there?
Yeah. No, now it's really small. Before it used to be big. But yeah, if they just throw something small, yeah, it may go.
Wait, so a person can't go there?
Yeah, they can't go there because it's now small. Before, when Mahiravan made it, it was pretty huge for. Actually, in Dwapar Yuga, people were huger than us. Even if they're 2 years, they used to look like me. So that's why it used to be huger than you can perceive. But Now it became really small for us, so we can't fit in there. And it's closed also because nobody wants them to get endangered by Pata looks. It's closed.
Okay. So I thought someone could throw down a camera. Uh,
That's what I
anyway,
was thinking about.
Shriyan, I liked your
That
presentation.
is the last.
Anyway, Shriyan, I liked your presentation. Okay, and I really didn't know these three pastimes of Hanuman.
Thank you, Suraj. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Suraj. So now next we have Ramachandra. Go ahead, Ramachandra.
Sorry, I wasn't unmuting Mataji. Hare Krishna, Shriyan, I really liked your presentation. Just like the title, it's called Unknown Pastimes of Hanuman. It's just exactly like that. Most of the pastimes I didn't even know. Like Suraj said, I didn't know most of them. And I liked how on every single slide you added some kind of picture instead of just leaving it blank. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Ramchandra. Hare Krishna. And my plan was not to put any words, so pictures I just put. I just
Yeah.
put some.
You could just remember and just say.
Yeah.
Oh, Jasvi, go ahead.
Yes. Yes, Mataji. Hare Krishna Shriyan. I liked all your stories and everything. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Jasvi. Hare Krishna.
Sudevi.
Hare Krishna Shriyan Bhaiya. I loved your presentation very much. And everything I liked. And all the stories you said, and you could say without saying. Super.
Thank you, Sudevi. Hare Krishna.
Rai Prahlad. Yeah, Rai Prahlad, we can't hear you.
I think he's speaking.
Presentation was very nice. I had a question, but do you give
Sorry, Raipalad. I could not hear anything you say.
your voice is cutting?
Yeah.
Okay, Rai Prahlad, your voice was cutting, disconnect, it's shaking. We know that you want to appreciate Shriyan. You can leave a chat message. I'll be opening chat for everyone, or you can send a text message in the groups to everyone so that he will read your appreciation. So, so now everybody is done. It's done to me. It's very, very beautiful presentation, as everybody said. First of all, I really like the way you put the slides in. Most of the kids, what they do is they put in the text. Parent, they even though they know the story, what they do is when they see the text, they tend to read the text. Most of the kids know the story. I know that they already know the story. That's why they choose the topic. But when parents try to give more information with text, so when this just come read it. But you know very good that you did not put any text there so that you can nicely narrate the story in your own words. That way you just keep it in your heart, um, so that you know it is very nice. You'll remember forever and ever. That is very nice. And so many pastimes, even as everybody said that, I also never heard them. And very nice. As you said that you hear a lot about Rama and Hanuman, that shows in your presentation. Your hearing is so high. That's why, you know, your presentation was very, very good. So it shows that how we have to hear. When we are hearing, if you hear attentively, and when we are reading, if we read it attentively with love, then we can keep it in our heart. We don't have to open the book again to refer those pastimes. That we can see from your presentation. Very, very beautiful presentation for your age. And once again, happy birthday in advance. And please do come with these presentations again and again. We will open forum for kids again. Once all kids are done, then we will start again from the beginning. Whoever already got the chance, they'll get again once we finish all the kids who are not yet finished. Thank you, Shriyan, once again for such a beautiful presentation. Brinda wants
Thank
to
you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. And Mataji, could you please pray so that I could chant and also do service to Krishna well?
Any bowl, definitely. We all will pray for you. And you're already blessed, you know. We can
Thank you,
see.
Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Shriyan. I really like your presentation, and I like all the stories, and I even like the joke.
You like the
And
joke?
I like how you narrated the story.
Yes. So we have time. Ratnavali Mataji, would you like to do one story? We have 15 more minutes.
Yeah, sure, Mataji. I can do that.
Mataji, please take over. It's all yours. I'll give you the co-host.
Okay, sure. Thank you, Mataji.
Okay. And one more small announcement. If you all wanted to register for your presentation, I'll put the dates out in the group. Please write a personal message to me if you want to do presentation on those days. Mataji, please take over.
Sure.
Mataji, you're not been seen.
Oh, is my camera off?
Your camera's on, but we just see some weird picture. Some circle.
Oh, okay, okay, got it, got it.
I think in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
It was the
Yeah,
back of the
you're able
computer.
to see, right? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, now we can see.
I had the OBS Studio camera on.
Probably the reverse camera.
Now it's fine, right?
Yes.
Yeah, now it is.
It's totally fine.
Oh, okay, okay, awesome. Yep. So it's lots of Rama stories and Hanuman stories, and today also we'll be talking about Rama story, but how he appeared, and this has a small, like, behind the story. Wait. Okay. So how Lord Rama appeared, but there is like a small story behind, like how he has, before he appeared, what happened actually. So you all know about Dashrath Maharaj, right? You are all like champs in
Mataji.
Ramayana. Yes, Ramayana champions. So Maharaj Dashrath ruled his kingdom for around 60,000 years. And he's very good at ruling his kingdom. So once what happened is, like, you remember that Dashrath, because of Kaikeyi Maharaj's queen's request, King Dashrath has given an order to exile Rama and Lakshmana and also Sita Devi. So they all are going to the forest. And when he was leaving, Dashrath Maharaj was really broken down. He was so upset, and he was like really, he's also in the verge of, giving his life off. So like that. And apparently Sumantra, who was a minister and also a chariot driver, to drive the king, Prince King Rama and Lakshmana and Sita to the forest. So he saw King's very, very depressed stage and told him that, can you please come aside? I wanted to talk to you privately. What you want to talk to privately? He'll say that, I will talk to you. I will tell you some secrets which are actually told by Sanat Kumaras, and they will make you happy. So don't worry, just come aside and I'll tell you the stories. Then Sanat Kumar, so he told that. He started telling the story. Once there was a king called as, Muni, who is, where is this? Kapila Muni. So he has there's a sage called as Kapila Muni, and Kapila Muni has one, from his imagination, Vibandhika appeared. So what he was doing is, he was just meditating on the sunlight, nothing else. So when he was meditating upon the sunlight, all of a sudden, an image came into his mind, and that image transformed into a human form. And that human form, he has named him as Vibandika. So now Kapila Muni was the father of Vibandika. And Vibandika was so very austere, like he does so austere, intense austere, that all the world was trembling with his austerities. We always see that if anyone does any intense austerities, right, the heat of from that body generated from that sage's body or anyone's human body is so much that the whole earth gets trembled. So like that, Vibandika also was doing so much intense austerities, and he did not see Kapila Dev, nor he did not see any human being apart from himself. So he was such a great sage. Now Indra came to know that about he is doing so very intense austerities. Now Indra got a doubt. Oh my God! So now will he take my kingdom? Why he is doing this intense austerity? There should be some reason behind it. So maybe he'll take my kingdom. So I have to do certain things, and I have to disturb his meditation. But how to do it? It's very hard. So he goes to the Lord Brahma. When he goes to Lord Brahma, he says that, Lord Brahma, can you please help me, because this Vibandika is doing a very intense austere, and I really wanted to know the reason behind it. I cannot go and ask, because if he opens his eyes and if he gets angry, then I'll be gone. So please, can you please help me with that? So Brahma says, how can I help you with that? Then Indra says that, I know that there are many devoted ladies with you, because they are very devotional and they are very pious. Can you please send one girl with me, so that I can disturb Vibandika's meditation? And Brahma says, okay, so it be it, and I'll send Harsha. Harsha is like, she always smiles. So Brahma says that, okay, I'll send Harsha, and Harsha can give you do whatever you say. She'll do it, and she will disturb Vibandika's meditations. Then but Harsha is very intelligent, and she says that, see Indra, I can do, because it's my duty that whatever Brahma says, I have to do it. So I'll do it. But the main thing is, if I have to disturb Vibandika's meditation, then he might, get angry, and the whole world including me, everyone will become ashes. So are you ready for that? So he says, yeah, but I just wanted to know what's his idea. I don't want my kingdom, lose my kingdom. So please, can you please? And she says, okay, let it be. And she goes. So once she goes and talks to Vibandika, Vibandika opens his eyes and says that, who are you, and why are you before me? And Vibandika is so against of this worldly things and says that, okay, fine. So this Harsha was very direct, says that, I want a child from you, so can you please give me? And Vibandika was like, okay, I'm really against of these worldly matters. So what I'll do is, I'll just chant some Vedic magic mantras, so that it will give you automatically a son, and you will be satisfied. Because Harsha was saying that, if you are not giving me because I asked, and it's against of it, and you will get so many sins, and kind of, she was giving so many excuses of it. So finally, what happened is, like, a female, there was an arrangement that happened, that a deer was the medium to take those mantras, heard those mantras, and then a boy was born through a female deer. So as the boy was born from the female deer, what Vibandika did is, he named him as Rishyasringa. And this Rishyasringa, if you see, the baby has little horns. So he has horns as well. So Rishya means he's a sage, and Shringa means he is having the these horns. So once, what he was doing is he was giving all sorts of education to this boy. Let me go like that because I missed some of them. So what was happening is, behind the scenes is King Dashrath also had a daughter named Shanta before these 4 kids were born, right? The sons of Dashrath, Ram and Lakshman, Shatrugna. So before the sons, there was a girl who was born to Queen Kaushalya and King Dashrath. So when her name was Shanta, and when once
Mataji, you said Queen Kaushalya and King Kashyap.
no, sorry
That's
about
what I was just gonna point out.
yeah, sorry about that. King Dashrath. So King of Anga, whose name was Rompaga, so who came to visit King Dashrath, and he was got attracted to his daughter, like how she's moving. She was so beautiful, and she's very humble and respectful and all those. So he asked permissions to adopt her. And King Dashrath said that, okay, no problem. I'll give you, even Kaushalya also said that, okay, no problem. You can take her adoption. So they gave. As soon as they, King of Anga took the daughter to his kingdom, at a stretch 2 years, they got droughts. So the rumors got started saying that why, there was a drought, this girl came to the kingdom because of her bad fortune. She got along with her. There are no rains, there are no vegetation that's happening. So, she got us very misfortune. So that was the talk. And King heard them, and King was like, oh my God, really? Seriously, that might be happening. So King inquired, saying that, he called all the sages, and he said that, can you please tell that this misfortune is because of that girl or anything in particular? Then the sages, told that no, this is not because of the Shanta, but because of your own deeds that you have done in the past. So what did I do? I don't remember anything doing bad to any of the people. So what did I do? So they start telling, the sages start informing the king, saying that, you remember, you have done a sacrifice. Out of sacrifice, you have to give certain kinds of gifts to the Brahmanas. When you're trying to give the diamonds to the Brahmanas, you noticed a very valuable diamond in one bag, and you are like, oh, see, I have this valuable diamond, I can't give this to Brahmana. So he replaced that with a new one. He took the valuable one and he just gave the different one. But that's an attachment. See, this small attachment, it brought all this drought. So he said that, after that, the Brahmana did not, as soon as he touched the bag, he came to know that your intentions, and he just walked out of the kingdom. And this caused the misfortune because the Brahmana was not happy. After the sacrifice, you need to make the Brahmanas happy, but you didn't do that out of your, all attachment and greediness. And the sages told that, okay, there is a remedy also. Don't worry about that. There's a sage, Vibandika, who is a son of Kashyapa Muni. So you can, once he's so pious that he just places his lotus leg on this kingdom, then all the problems.
Is it Kashyapa Muni or the other one?
Kapila Muni.
Okay.
Did I say Kapila or Kashyapa? Sorry,
You said
I'm just mixing up the Munis' names. Yep. So, but if he gets angry, then whole universe will turn into ashes. So please be mindful. And so they got an idea, saying that, okay, I'll let's send some ladies to attract Rishyasringa and make him married to a girl.
So then all the problems will be solved and we can make a plan saying that Vibandika will not get angry. So king sent, I'm just rushing through it because of the time, but king sent them into the ship. Can you please look now? King sent all these ladies into the ship, and the ship was so big, it is like a small kingdom, 1 mile long, 2 miles wide, so many forests, gardens, lakes, so many things. And the ladies went from traveled from one bank to the other bank. Finally, even the devatas made a certain situations in such a way that Vibandaka had to go to save a Brahmana from the elephant's mouth. So in the elephant mouth, Brahmana was stuck and he was saying, help, help, help. And Vibandaka saw that and he was like, oh, I need to help him. And then he helped. So he told his son Rishasingha saying that, can you please, do all the homas until I return, but try to focus on all the mantras and kind of. So Rishasingha went into the forest to get all the needed things for the sacrifice. So when he went and tried to get all the things, he saw these ladies and he was really attracted. He was like, he didn't see no one until then. So he was attracted and he was like, dancing with them and kind of. So when Vibandaka came to know about his son, he was like very angry and went in search of these ladies. Like he was like, because after he came, he saw that Rishasingha was so disturbed. And Rishasingha told everything that I saw these girls and they were very pretty and kind of. And when he gone, he also saw the Rishasingha, like meanwhile, Rishasingha also went in a different direction to meet these ladies. And all the ladies, respectfully said that, can you please accept our hospitality and kind of. So he said, yes, I will accept. Don't worry about that. And when King Romapada came to know about this news that sage Vibandaka was angry and is coming towards them, he immediately made a plan. Oh no, he's coming, right? He'll destroy the whole thing into ashes. So now I have to quickly act. What is this action? He asked his people to tell the sage that their king is Rishasingha because he got married to Shanta. So in the girls, he also sent Shanta as one of the ladies, and Shanta was married to Rishasingha. So when Vibandaka was traveling and he told that, no, see, my king is Rishasingha and everyone are saying, he was like, he understood that, oh, I can't destroy this kingdom because I can't destroy my son's kingdom. So now what I'll do is I'll not say anything, but I'll just go back. And then he went back and he said that, see, he told his son, you come back as soon as possible, as soon as when you get a male child, and just you have to come back and then you have to do some austerities. You can't be like that, like this. So then Rishasingha agreed, and he was in the king of Anga, where he was married Shantadevi. So then now Rishasingha gave 3 boons to King Dashratha. He said that because Shanta is a daughter of Dashratha, right? So Dashratha has arranged talk saying that, see, I want to meet Rishasingha, and I want sons as well, because I don't have sons now. So I need that. So I want, blessings of Rishasingha. So he arranged King of Anga and Dashrath both meet Rishasingha, and Rishasingha says to Dashrath saying that, I will successfully execute the Ashwamedha Yajna sacrifice to purify you, as Shriyan said. And afterwards, you can do the that sacrifice, Putra Kamestra Yajna, and you will get 4 sons from that. And then the third one was, you can go back to heaven. No problem in that. So 3 boons he gives. Like that,
he performs Ashwamedha Yajna and Putra Kamesti Yajna, and the fire god comes and then he gives the sweet rice, and then everything will be distributed among all the queens, and last king Lord Ram will be born to King Dashrath and Kaushal. So that was the appearance background story of how Lord Rama appeared. So we are already 8:20. If you have any questions, we can take it later. Okay.
Yes, Mataji, we can take that questions later. It's already late.
Yeah. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
we can close the call here. I would like to offer my obeisances to all of you. Vanchakalpatarobhyasya pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namani tak Ananta Koti Vaishnav Vrinda ki jai. Navacharya Shila Haridas Thakur ki jai. Shila Prabhupada ki jai. Ratnavali
Jai.
Shriyan ki jai.
Jai, jai, jai. Very beautiful presentation. Hari bol. Once again, happy birthday.
Chinman ki jai.
Bye.
Thank you, Mataji.
Bye.